Alright, so we all know that winning a championship is the hardest thing to do in sports. There are plenty of NBA legends who are not able to do it, like Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley, Carmelo Anthony, Karl Malone. But today we're going to celebrate the best of the best at winning. We're taking the players with the most championships and putting them in the same league. So basically how this is going to work is we have a player wheel that has the players with all the most championships. We got an NBA team wheel that will decide which team the player goes to. Then we got our random number generator that will decide which player gets replaced. For example, if it lands on number 5, then the 5th best player will get replaced with the legend. Spin the wheel here for the first time and see who is going to go. Cousie's a 96 overall and he has 6 NBA championships. Let's spin the wheel and see what team is going to be adding one of the most legendary NBA floor generals of all time. It is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now we're going to hit the random number generator and he's going to replace the 4th best player. And it looks like that is going to be Lou Dort that Bob Cousy is going to be replacing. So I'd say that's a pretty solid trade for the Thunder. See what player we're going to get next on our Legends wheel. It looks like we are going to be getting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem is a 99 overall and had 6 rings in his NBA career. He's actually one of the most legendary players of all time because he also won 4 rings in college at UCLA, and the Memphis Grizzlies are going to be getting Kareem. Now let's see what number player he is going to be replacing, and he's going to be replacing number 1. I mean, honestly, replacing Ja Morant probably makes some sense considering he is in quite a bit of legal trouble right now. So Kareem, welcome to Memphis. That's 2 out of 10 players. Let's go ahead and see who's going to be next and who we're going to be adding to the NBA. And we're going to be adding the real Lord of the Rings, Bill Russell. Bill Russell, obviously the most rings of all time at a 98 overall. Let's see where the greatest winner of all time will be going. It looks like that he is going to be headed to the Toronto Raptors, who will be replacing the 6th best player. 6th best player is not really a valuable member of the team at all. So yeah, it's going to be Gary Trent Jr. So I'd say replacing Gary Trent Jr. with Bill Russell is going to be very beneficial to the Toronto Raptors organization. It's 3 players now that we have added. We got 7 more to go. We are going to be adding Sam Jones. Sam Jones is an 89 overall shooting guard. He was on those Bill Russell Celtics teams. He kind of got carried to a lot of championship teams, but it looks like the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be getting him. He will be replacing the 7th best player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He'll be replacing Dennis Schroeder. So instead of a 77 overall Schroeder, they get an 89 overall Sam Jones. 4 players we've added now. Let's see who's going to be next on our list. We are going to be adding Scottie Pippen, and Pippen will be going to the Houston Rockets. He will be replacing the 2nd best player. Scottie Pippen is a 97 overall, and he will be replacing this dude. Don't ever know how to say his name, but yeah, they got Scottie Pippen and Jalen Green. Now it's pretty solid. 5 players down, 5 to go. Let's see who we're going to get next. We're going to get John Havlicek. Havlicek is a 96 overall, 6'5" small forward who has 8 championship rings. The wheel here, and it looks like Havlicek is going to be headed to the Sacramento Kings. He will be replacing the 1st best player. Lucky for Sacramento, they could have had De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, and Havlicek, but they're going to be replacing De'Aaron Fox, so now they got this dude. 4 more players to spin for on the Lord of the Rings wheel, and we got some heavyweights on here. We got Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. Let's spin here and see who we're going to get, though. We're going to get Tim Duncan. Looks like big old Timmy D is going to be headed to the Atlanta Hawks. He's going to be replacing the 9th best player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jalen Johnson. You're getting replaced by the greatest power forward of all time, and now the Hawks are officially super elite. 3 players to go. Let's go ahead and get to spinning right here. It looks like we are going to be getting Michael Jordan. So close to Robert Horry, but it's the GOAT. Goes without saying, Michael Jordan, 99 overall, 6 championships. Whoever gets him is going to be getting the greatest player of all time, and it's going to be the Charlotte Hornets, the team that he actually owns right now. And he's going to be replacing the 8th best player. Just like that, Cody Martin is getting changed into the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan, 6 championship rings. 2 players to go here. Let's get to spinning. Robert Horry has the most championships on this wheel, but we are going to get Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson is going to immediately make whatever team he goes to a championship contender, and it's going to be the Utah Jazz. Let's see who Magic is going to be replacing. The 9th best player. Wow, these last few teams have gotten extremely lucky. Well, this is kind of ironic. Rudy Gay is the 9th best player on the Utah Jazz, and you know, Magic Johnson had AIDS that you get from being... You guys get the point. 2 more players to go, which means we have 2 more spins. Let's see who we're going to get here. We're going to get Steve Kerr. Definitely not the best player that this next team could have gotten, as he's only a 79 overall, but he does have 5 championships, so we had to put him on the list. Anyways, though, it looks like Steve Kerr is going to be headed to the Charlotte Hornets to team up with Michael Jordan as well. Steve Kerr will be replacing the 8th best player. We got a little bit of a reunion here with Michael Jordan and Steve Kerr. Just hopefully nobody gets punched in the face this time. Here we go, though, spinning the wheel for the last time. We got Dennis Rodman at 5 rings, Robert Horry at 7 rings, and Kobe Bryant at 5 rings left on this list. Obviously, Let's hope that we get Kobe Bryant added to the league, and it looks like we are. Okay, that was extremely lucky. Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, is going to be headed to the Portland Trail Blazers. Hopefully this does not land on a 1, so it will be Kobe Bryant and Damian Lillard on the same team. It is going to be the 5th best player Kobe's replacing, meaning Kobe Bryant is going to be replacing Shaedon Sharpe, so that is absolutely an upgrade for Damian Lillard. In my NBA now, though, and as we can see here in just a second, we got all of these legendary players added to the roster. Basically, we're just going to try and see who the greatest champion is. In the power rankings, it still says that the Lakers are picked to finish first. They added Sam Jones, but I'm assuming that's just that LeBron bias. Toronto Raptors have skyrocketed up to 3rd in the power rankings, which they usually aren't because they got Bill Russell. What did Bill Russell average for his career? Let's see right here. Pretty insane stats, probably 15 points, 15 rebounds a game. That's pretty solid. I'm really excited to see Damian Lillard and Kobe Bryant go off on the main stage. We're at the All-Star break, and 9 out of our 10 players ended up making the All-Star team. You can probably assume who was not on that list. Honestly, though, 7.4 points per game is actually higher than I thought it would be for Steve Kerr. He'd actually probably do way better in this era considering there's a 3-point shooter. He's averaging 48% from the 3-point line. Okay, I can honestly say I didn't expect this to happen, but Bob Cousy wins most valuable player, almost averaging a triple-double, 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists a game. Remember, Cousy is on the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I said that he's one of the greatest floor generals of all time, but I would be lying if I said that I expected this. Scottie Pippen is winning Defensive Player of the Year for the Houston Rockets this season. He averaged 20 points per game, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 1.5 blocks. The only player out of our legends to make All-NBA first team was Bob Cousy. Magic Johnson made All-NBA second team, Scottie Pippen made All-NBA second team, and Tim Duncan made All-NBA second team. Michael Jordan on All-NBA third team, John Havlicek on All-NBA third team. John Havlicek, I would be pissed off about how they have my face. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not even really sure what John Havlicek looks like. It might be accurate. Let's go ahead and see if, dude, they did a good job on this face cam. They actually did not do too shabby. All right, Havlicek, you're just ugly. Oh, shit, you're dead. My bad, bro. I didn't mean it like that. That's awkward. Anyways, good job, John Havlicek. You averaged 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. This is awesome, though. The all-defensive first team is made up entirely of championship players. Just goes into the old adage that offense wins games, but defense wins championships, baby. Taking a look at the top 10 in scoring right here, of course, we got Luka, Jason Tatum, Trae Young, Michael Jordan's on there, Giannis, Devin Booker, SGA, Zach LaVine, Donovan Mitchell, and Nikola Jokic. So Michael Jordan, the only added player there. This is no shock that we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sitting at first in the rebounds per game. He averaged 25 points and 12 rebounds a game. Bill Russell at third at 11.9, and Tim Duncan right behind him at 4th, 11.7. Assists per game I thought would probably be Magic Johnson, but it turns out it's actually going to be Trae Young leading them, and you got Bob Cousy here at 5th, and Magic Johnson comes down all the way here at 7th. Here is a look at the NBA playoff picture. The Atlanta Hawks got the number 1 seed, and remember, they have Tim Duncan on that team now with DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, probably the overwhelming favorites, I'd say. This is a little bit of a shock, but getting the 1 seed in the West was the Dallas Mavericks, and we actually didn't add a single player to that team, but they do have Kyrie Irving. Lakers finished 2nd with Sam Jones. Portland Trail Blazers finished 3rd in the West with Kobe Bryant. Let's see how Kobe Bryant did. He kind of had a quiet simulation, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists a game, 2 steals. So basically just Kobe Bryant numbers. Toronto Raptors have been eliminated, and that is a little bit of a shock because they did have Bill Russell in that closeout game. He only had 18 points on 9 for 13 shooting. Definitely thought that they would make it a bit further, but the Kings have also been eliminated, and the Grizzlies have been eliminated as well. And the Kings would end up losing in 5 games to the Clippers. Remember, they added John Havlicek, but they lost De'Aaron Fox in that, which point guard play in 2K is extremely huge. John Havlicek just was not enough. He averaged well below his regular season statistics in the playoffs. And this is shocking, but the Grizzlies were eliminated in 5 to the Lakers. Remember, the Grizzlies added Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the playoffs. He averaged 27 points and 10 rebounds, but they lost Ja Morant, again, going into that point guard play. Houston's up 3-2 on Portland. We're actually going to go in here and watch a little bit of this game. Remember, Portland has Kobe, and the Rockets have Scottie Pippen. You'd have Kobe in a simulation and not watch him at least a little bit. Portland needs to win this game if they want to stay in it. Early in the second half, we have a tie ball game. Kevin Porter Jr. going to use the ball screen. He's going to pass it down to Garuba, who's going to get a layup. Kobe Bryant with the ball. He's going to get a screen set from Jeremy Grant. He's going to go off, shoot a pull-up, 3-pointer, miss it. And Scottie Pippen's been talking a lot of shit about Michael Jordan, and rightfully so, as he's putting people in body bags. Portland taking a lot of momentum early leading into this second half. And with 30 seconds to go, they're up 10 points. I'd say it's pretty much over for the Trailblazers as Kobe's going to force up one last 3 and miss it. Houston wins behind Scottie Pippen's 41 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 12 assists. Kobe Bryant did have 33 points, but it just was not enough. Now here's a look at the second round of the playoffs. We got Dallas taking on the Clippers, LA taking on Houston, Atlanta taking on Miami, and Boston taking on Philly. So far, of course, Luka is leading the league in playoff scoring, but Scottie Pippen is at third, and he's averaging 33 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Probably the MVP of the playoffs so far out of the players we've added. Let's go ahead and simulate a few of the games here and see what's going to be going on. Atlanta immediately disposes of Miami as they win in a 4-0 sweep. In the playoffs, Tim Duncan is just doing his role, playing solid, averaging 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. I'm sure him and Trae Young are balancing well off each other. Down here, we got Philly and Boston taking on each other, but neither one of these teams have any players that we added, so it's kind of pointless. The same thing up here with this Clippers and Dallas series. The Dallas Mavericks didn't get any players added to them, and neither did the Clippers. Down here, we got the LA Lakers taking on the Houston Rockets in a Game 7. The Lakers got Sam Jones added to them from the Celtics, and obviously the Rockets have the best player in the world right now in Scottie Pippen. And Scottie Pippen did just call LeBron James the best player to ever play in that interview where he was shitting all over Michael Jordan, so this will be an interesting matchup. Once again, to begin the second half, we have a very close game. LeBron has the ball up top, and Anthony Davis has a huge mismatch with Kevin Porter Jr. on him. He's going to shoot a fadeaway jump shot, of course, just like Anthony Davis, real life. Jabari Smith Jr. dribbling like an idiot, going to have to force up a terrible shot here. Lakers bringing the ball down the court, and that's an alley-oop. Oh my goodness, thank God, Anthony Davis. That's what you need to be doing. LeBron James being guarded by Scottie Pippen, but he's going to pass the ball to Sam Jones on the wing. He's going to try and take Jalen Green, shoots a mid-range jump shot. That's up and misses. 47 seconds to go. The Lakers only led by 2 points. Anthony Davis going to set the screen for LeBron. The LeBron going to try and hit a dagger shot right there, and he hits an extremely clutch mid-range pull-up. I was told by the media he doesn't hit those. And Kevin Porter Jr. is going to drive in and force up a tough right-handed shot and miss, and now they're going to be forced to foul. D'Angelo Russell led them in scoring with 28 points, actually. Let's see how Scottie Pippen did. Scottie Pippen, 22, 9, and 14. Now in the conference finals, we got the Lakers taking on Dallas and Atlanta taking on Philly. So our final 2 remaining championship legends are Sam Jones for the Lakers, and then over here for the Atlanta Hawks, we got Tim Duncan. Okay, so the Mavericks are eliminated by the Lakers pretty easily, meaning the Lakers advance to the finals, but over here we got a Game 7 going on between Atlanta and Philly. That's a pretty interesting matchup, actually. We got Tim Duncan. He'll be taking on the league MVP Joel Embiid. Simulate the start of this one in Simcast, and then if we need to jump in, we will jump in right here. It looks like it's pretty back and forth early on. So it looks like it's going to be a blowout, actually. The Atlanta Hawks are going to eliminate the 76ers. In that Game 7, Trae Young had 41 points and 14 assists. Tim Duncan really hasn't had to do much, only 13 points and 12 rebounds on 5 for 12 from the field. Trae Young has been carrying them. But once again, on our Lord of the Rings, we got Tim Duncan taking on Sam Jones. Let's simulate it game by game and see what's going to happen here. It might just be a pretty easy series as the Atlanta Hawks are up 3-1, and the Atlanta Hawks do end up winning the championship, and Tim Duncan ends up winning Finals MVP, 21 points, 11 rebounds a game, 7 assists. Very impressive for a big man. And to close out, Charlemagne the God has a question.
So is Tim Duncan bisexual?
I didn't hear anything about it.